Hello everyone, and welcome to session 7 of my Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition run. Last time, we reached level 3, did some management leveling up, and then came up and got ambushed by these spiders because apparently our spider form was not able to pass through their senses. They knew we were secretly a dwarf in disguise. This time, we're going to just pop out of wild shape here. Because whilst wild shape, all of your possessions come part of your body, and as such we would be unable to move things around our inventory, which is part of what we need to do because we've got a lot of extra stuff here, whether it's jewellery or weapons or tat, such as glass chalices, and we need to sell a bunch of this stuff. And so I'm just going to do some organisation here, and then we're just going to wander down into the Druid's Grove, find a merchant or two, and pick up some supplies. Namely, we want a club for Andrew, so that he can wield a club in one hand that can be shillelagh'd, as well as carry a shield in his other hand. That should keep him a little bit more alive while still maintaining a good amount of damage, because while a staff... Where are we? A staff does 1d8 bludgeoning damage as a two-handed melee weapon, whereas a club, I believe, does 1d6 bludgeoning damage. But when we use Shillelagh, the damage becomes 1d8 plus wisdom regardless. So it doesn't matter if we're wielding a two-handed weapon or a one-handed weapon, we'd still be doing 1d8 damage. So I'll just pause here for a moment and mark up a bunch of this inventory for selling down the lane. Okay, you can see a bunch of the stuff in the inventory here marked up with this little arrow and a piece of gold that's in black and white. You simply do that by right-clicking on any object in the inventory and going add to wares. This way we can filter by all of the stuff that we just want to sell quickly when we get back into town. So I've done that for most of the spare copies of weapons, jewellery and so forth. And so now we can wander back down the hill, across the way, just over there to the... Gosh, which way's north? Northeast. Into the Druid's Grove, where we'll find a trader or two. So rather than making you watch the walk, Shadowheart, are you lagging behind because you're over encumbered? You are. Right. Somebody, please take some of this heavy stuff off our hands. Why can't other people carry heavy armor? Seems daft. Alright. Okay, we're down under 200. I'll save you watching the walk over, and we'll catch up in the Druid's Grove. And here we are.
He was joking about octa soup just a moment ago.
If the camera would get past this wall correctly.
Now what?
You led them to our door.
This guy still has his
There are children
images
here,
up.
fool.
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too. Unbelievable!
She's right. We should scram while we can.
Right. Lead the goblins here, then leave the rest of us to fight them off, you coward!
What's it gonna take to shut you up, Horns?
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Wow. I mean, I don't really want to pick sides in a fight right now. Persuasion. Good stuff.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious hides, the both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
Make you rest by yourself.
Gale, ever the pacifist.
Time to
Never
pack.
hurt
We need to
anyone.
leave.
What's up, Astarion?
You always knew it.
There's no point surviving these worms if we end up in a goblin stew. Let's just go. Fine. But once we have what we need, we should leave.
That was close.
Alright.
Far too close.
Just here. We have Aaron. Aaron the trader, who we will trade many things with, I'm sure. So, main priorities, a club for Andrew and a longbow for Astarion, if we can find them. Now, who has the best charisma? Because I believe charisma impacts prices when trading. 12, 13, 14, and 10. So, Shadowheart gets to do all the trading.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met, and thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
The ritual?
Ah, I forgot. You're a blow-in. A few days hence, this grove will be completely concealed by thorny vines. None will be able to enter or leave. A drastic measure. But more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
What are you selling, sir?
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Well, I don't see a club, which is a great shame. But there is going to be some stuff here that can benefit us, I'm sure. So, first of all, sell wares. That's 305 gold in trade. There's some healing potions, scrolls of revivify, various magic arrows, several scrolls that are of great interest to me. Another leather helmet, +1 leather armor would be great, but that is very expensive. Amulet of the Element Torment. When the wearer stands in certain surfaces, such as fire, and deals damage, the target also suffers the surface's effects. I mean, that sounds great, but it also means we're taking fire damage the whole time, right? What about Rain Dancer? Create water, level 1 transmutation spell. So I think this is bugged, because the spell is now create or destroy water, but this hasn't been updated, so I'll avoid that for the meantime. And Dragon's Grasp. Slash action, unfettered fire, applies burning on hit. Interesting, but not really what we needed. So let's put in some gold to the value of 305. And then do that with the rest of the characters, I guess, rather than spending the painstaking time to move them all across. Sell wares. Add the gold. Trade. Thank you very much, sir. As long as he doesn't run out of gold. Gale? Oh, you don't have any wares at all. Alright, so we have almost 1200 gold for the party. That's not bad going. We don't need Scrolls of Revivify right now. Flaming Sphere is interesting to me. I believe Druids and Wizards can cast that, but I'm more interested in spending a little extra money on top to put that in Gale's spellbook. Otherwise, nothing here really shouting out to me as stuff that we need right now, so we'll pass on that, and we'll go down their way and see if we can't find somebody else trading weapons.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
Also, did anybody else think that that guy sounded like he was in a dream sequence or a telekinesis?
No helping it. We're exposed now.
Any of you guys got weapons to trade?
The Blade of Frontiers. What a thrill for the children.
They're tough kids. Smart, too. The future's in good hands. Good work, kids.
The Blade of Frontiers. What a thrill for the children.
No.
They're tough kids. Smart, too. The future's in good hands.
Okay, we could converse with Will and get him to join our camp, but that's a conversation I can worry about another time. I'm really just here for gear and loot. There is a helmet in this van, isn't there? Well, food is always going to be welcome.
Any sign of those brutes?
No, sorry, not a one.
Where are you guys going?
Just wait till you see them. Yellow all over, covered in spots, no noses to speak of.
Must not be that wagon. Ah, a weaponsmith. Perfect.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Let me see your wares. Club? What's this? A club. Perfect. So it's 1d4 bludgeoning. It's even worse. But as I said, with Shillelagh, it will be 1d8 damage regardless. So that's what we want for Andrew. And a longbow for Astarion, range of 60 feet, but does 1d8 piercing damage as opposed to 1d6. So we'll pick one of those up for Astarion. Anything else we want here? Strength saving throws improved, athletic skill improved, +1 scale mail armor, plus just medium scale armor, ring armor, medium armor chain shirt, nothing really to shout about. A couple of +1 weapons. +1 great club. That looks very shiny, doesn't it? +1 dagger would be good for Shadowheart. Arrow of Roaring Thunder. Alright, we'll pick up a +1 dagger for Shadowheart as well. You can sell that here, in fact. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then... oh, the ruby. Missed the ruby. That basically takes us up to the cost we need. So we'll balance up. Barter. I think this is new. Attitude slider. But regardless, we got what we came for, and that's what counts.
Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Andrew, please equip this club. Astarion, please equip this longbow. Shadowheart, please equip this +1 dagger. And now that Andrew has that club in one hand, fingers crossed, that works out. And now his AC is 15, which is much better than the 13 we were working with previously. So he's going to be a little bit harder to hit. Shadowheart, Astarion, and Andrew are all going to hit a little bit harder. And so I've got what I wanted out of this trip. But what I do know is just through here there is a back entrance to a cave that last time we did this we found from the surface side. But since we're already down here in the Druid's Grove, I figure why not pass through here.
You're gonna shoot me? Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
This is not my fight.
Doesn't even matter if you kill me. I'm chosen by the Absolute, I am. I'm blessed.
Here it comes, you little beast!
Well, Sazza has gone down. Astarion, you have something else to say?
I didn't take these refugees for killers. Maybe I've misjudged them. They're still going to die, but at least they're willing to fight. True. Back any beast into a corner, and you'll quickly see its teeth.
So, this gives us a good opportunity to show off one of the things that got updated in patch 4. If we go into our inventory, we recently picked up the Amulet of Lost Voices, which enables us to cast Speak with Dead, a 3rd level necromancy spell. Now, we only have 2nd level spell slots across the party, but because this is a magic item, it allows us to cast it regardless. So, let's have somebody equip that. Who's not wearing a necklace of any kind? We're not. We'll take it. And you can see in the hotbar here we gain Speak with Dead. So that doesn't cost a spell slot, we just get it once per long rest. And we don't cast it on ourselves, we cast it on the target corpse. So now we can speak to Saza.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Now what do we want to know? We're worried about the worms in our heads.
Priestess Gut. Powerful.
And who leads the tribe where Princess Gut is? Oh no, where can I find Princess Gut?
West. Temple ruins.
And who leads the tribe there?
Boss Ragslin. And the Drow.
Alright, and tell me about the loot.
Ragslin. Waterfall. Bridge.
And the Absolute?
Everything. All of us.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Shadowheart.
Goblins aren't exactly renowned healers, but we can't afford to ignore any options.
Yes, we must investigate all possibilities.
Gut creature stole something that could be useful. A scroll, a potion, a cranial extractor.
I'm not sure I want anyone in this party using a cranial extractor. Right. Somehow I got locked onto that cage. So if we just come across here and hop down this ledge.
What's that?
Oh, we need a passive check to succeed, but we can now see this stone door. And there's also the back entrance to a house up there, but right now we're concerned with this stone door here. And so, with our gear a little bit more improved, some spell slots from our level up last session, and a reasonable amount of HP for now, join me next time where we'll see what's on the other side of this stone door and see if we can't do a little bit better in combat with our newly acquired skills. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions, please add them into the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.